which kind of leads me to, have you ever had a friend, you know, a good friend, a best friend, and then you've had to lock it off? I know
I did. That's the one I was talking about.
Oh, that was the one you were talking about for 16 years.
Yeah.
And how did that
you have a
affect you,
conversation?
though?
It was painful.
Yeah.
You just ghosted them.
Yeah. No. Do you know what I did? And I don't regret it, because it was a very hard separation for me. And I knew that if I was to have the conversation, I wouldn't be able to let go. And it's not something that took me years to find out. It was an instant feeling of, I'm no longer comfortable. I'm exiting stage left.
Okay.
And as soon as it came, I felt this like huge, like, I don't know what it was, a very negative energy. Like, I don't want to be around these people anymore. Right. And it's not that I don't like them or love them. It's more that I don't think that you see me.
Was it event driven? Did an event happen that led you to that conclusion?
A couple, yeah. There was a series of things that would happen, and I would always have it in my mental, you know, library, right? And I am very... I've got a keen eye for detail, so I'll hear everything and I'll see everything, and like most things won't pass me. But it's not to say that I'm going to mention it every time that I see something or whatever, because what's the point? Like, nobody's perfect. But I am also someone that likes to consider my friends and understand that, you know, nobody's perfect and blah blah blah. But if I now start getting this energy of like, okay, is this person jealous of me? Is this person not like me? Are they not being able to be loyal to me because now my business is everywhere? Is it a case where, you know, does this person support me in any of my ventures? Are they just saying it? Are they being really kind and friendly to my friends and family, but really deep down they probably don't like them? So there was a lot of that stuff that was coming up. And it wasn't just with one particular friend. It was like there was a group of us, yeah? And because it was progressive and it was like one or two of them, okay, I've got your number, I've got your, you know what? Exit stage left, don't even have a conversation. Yeah. What's the point? Because you're going to try and convince me to stay. Yeah. But I know in my gut, I need to let go of you. And it was such a powerful move. And I felt like a weight lifted off my shoulders. I did feel sad about it because it was heartbreaking.
Do you think they knew though? Do you think they knew your why? Was it so obvious they must have known? Or
No, it was never obvious. And I never made it obvious because I just didn't feel comfortable. I felt like, you know what? You don't see me. None of you actually, none of you know me.
Did they not reach out to you, say, hey girl, what's
They
up?
did. But
did you ignore them?
No, I never ignored them. I just kind of not addressed the situation. I was always like, oh, I'm fine. Yeah. But it was because I knew that no matter what I was going to say, they don't know who I am. And it's established. So something came to me to say, these girls don't know who you are, and they will never know who you are, and they'll never appreciate who you are in your whole entirety. Like me being myself, as you know me quite well, like you've known me for a few years. Like if I'm not allowed to be completely myself and I'm not like being ridiculed for it, or I'm not feeling like, oh, if I say this, it might come across a bit like, I don't really want to be around that.
So you weren't really recognised for just who you are.
Yeah, I don't feel like I was.
But were you showing up as who you are?
Yeah, and that's what made me feel bad. I was like, right, I'm showing up as who I am, but yeah, I can also sense that you're not appreciating.
Yeah. Oh, right, okay.
Yeah, you're not appreciating.
In that case, it was inevitable.
Yeah, it was going to happen.
Yeah.
So I had to leave.
To me, that's like a lack of friendship compatibility. You just weren't compatible.
Yeah, that's what I'm saying. But I never knew that until I realised, you know, maybe.
Do you think it was a whole pleasure or utility? What do you think it was then?
Exchange.
It was an exchange.
An exchange, yeah, because we were all quite different as well.
Yeah.
And I didn't feel like we all kind of really gelled that well. So it kind of made me feel like, well, as we don't really gel that well, what's the point? I want to be around a tribe that will allow me to be myself. They appreciate me, I appreciate them. Absolutely. It's always fun with them. And it's natural. Above all, it is organic. Like I don't have to put on a facade. I don't have to do nothing. Not that I ever did, but just you should feel comfortable around me as well.
Yeah, of course. Yeah.
Wow. You know, but
Well, I'm glad that you
that
got
was
out
my
of that
2 or 3
situation.
pence.
Yeah.
That just seems like it's really, really, really uncomfortable.
It was very
And
uncomfortable, yeah.
It's one of the key things to feel liberated and comfortable within your friendship group. I see my inner circle as extended family.
100%.
I don't have to always love you all. That's why I say longevity is a part of it, because I will have a different love for you. Develop a love in that time.
Of course,
it's like your brother and sister. They do you wrong, but you keep loving, and you try to look for ways to resolve
like
it.
unconditional love.
Yeah, eventually, I do have the ability to love a friend unconditionally, as I would a brother or sister.
Yeah, I have that capacity.
Yeah.
I have that capacity, and I do extend that to my friends.
Yeah.
Have you ever had to let go of a friend then?
I have, and it was actually painful. It was sad because I didn't see her as it being pleasure or utility. I kind of took her for her. And you get closer, you grow together, you see each other evolve, and retrospectively I can look back on the relationship, friendship, and see where I went wrong, as well as, but always recognizing that there was always good nature and goodwill towards her for my part. But what I've learned, right, from friendships, family, otherwise, is that your intentions can be good until the cows come home. But if that person is not receiving your intention in the same way, it's never gonna work. Okay. So I can feel and have all the excitement and elation for you. But if you don't believe that's genuine, if you don't believe that's sincere, it's never gonna work. So that's when Aristotle was talking about reciprocity. Is it working both ways? And with this particular friendship, I don't believe I don't believe she actually knew that it was pure intention, there was good intention, because I feel like she internalized other things that I was saying that were a bit more cutthroat. When you feel now you're at a stage, so you could say like your inner circle, you could probably be more cutthroat with them with regards to your outer circle, right? Cool. So with this particular friend, that's what it was. It was more of boom bammers, like this is it, like I'm gonna come to you like my sister, and me and my sister, we will fight, like we will literally grapple, hug it out, everyone take home food, and then I'll call you in the morning, right? But I've made myself clear, like you've known me, and I think you've known me for a while. I can be quite curt, I can be quite direct.
Definitely.
Very direct, may I add.
But for you to know me as me, you know Christina as, you know me as Christina now. You're actually calling me Christina, full government name,
minus a surname.
You see it, minus a surname, And you come to me as my inner circle, Serena, because I'm going to use it as my inner circle, and you say, I don't like the way you spoke to me, Chris. You can even say like this, by the way. Chris, I don't like the way you spoke to me. I was in a certain field, and I was going through stuff, and you saying that, the way you said it, what you said afterwards, the way you acted like nothing mattered, I don't like it. And do you know what I'll do? I'll be like, thank you. Thank you for actually bringing that to my attention.
That, innit? You grow from those.
The last thing I want to do is hurt you. Last thing I want to do, is change the way you see me, because that's not how I am. That's not who I am. That's not the intention behind it. Do you see what I mean?
You always want to be a safe space for your
friends.
For your
friends. 100%.
Exactly.
If you're not fulfilling that as a friend, you need someone to check you.
Of course, yeah. And the thing is, check me. But check me in a way that's not condescending. That's what she was doing. Check me in a way that we're not using illicit language. Don't do that, because there's one thing about me, I will stay. Okay? And I will observe that, because I love you. As I said, my inner circle, they're my family. Okay, I have a really, really close friend. She says, "Oh, don't call me best friend, because you have enough best friends. Call me wifey." So I call her wifey now.
That is
so
cute.
She knows, like, she's in that inner circle. Like you're in that inner circle, and she can come to me with anything.
Amazing.
Just like her, I'll go to her with anything. That's another story I'll get onto. But I love her so much. I love her so much. Right? And it's a thing where I believed she was on that level. Okay, so even if she is acting out, cool, act out. I'm here. Like, you're my sister at this point. Swear, scream, shout. Don't get violent because we're crossing a bit of a line, we're crossing a bit of, unless you're my actual sister or my sisters.
Only family, family violence.
But even then, it's like it's a gentle. There's no actual violence.
No violence.
We're all saying no to violence.
Disclaimer.
But all of that, I will know that obviously there is a internal battle going on. There's a turmoil. There's a reason why you're acting like that now.
Always
Because
a reason,
I believe I know you. I believe I know your character. I believed I know that it's coming from a good place, okay?
And they're acting out of character.
And then they
you
act
take
out of
responsibility. Okay, my behaviour triggered this.
Exactly.
So okay, I kind of got to take the L.
Yeah, I take the L. And for me, when it comes to my nearest and dearest, and you can hear me speaking about this so passionately, guys, I will ride. I will ride to the end, okay? Especially if I've taken you under my fold, I'm a rider. So when this happened, and it was a series of things, and I felt like now it got to a point where she was so in her feels that she could no longer see I was coming from a good place. She could no longer appreciate that, look, everything I said was out of love, was because there was a series of events that led to this.
That's it.
But I think once sometimes damage is done, it's like, and the other person hasn't healed, it hasn't moved on, you can never get that back.
I don't think so.
That relationship ended.
It ended.
Yeah.
It ended spectacularly.
Wow.
Yeah. No, but do you know what? I feel like it was needed because when I finally realized it wasn't
what it was.
It was a lot of things, because I was thinking, fair enough, there's L's I've taken. Fair enough, I know I did some wrong here, but even the way we're communicating ain't making sense. We're big people. We shouldn't even be communicating like this.
Yeah.
You can't be calling me to have rows on the phone. You're shouting at me, you're putting down the phone.
Crazy.
Have I lost my mind? I ain't lost my mind, didn't it?
You've lost your mind.
I've never spoken to you in that way before. We've never had that kind of exchange before. So it's a build up of these things where it's like,
see, that's what I don't get.
This isn't working.
Yeah, well,
I don't understand.
Like, there's no respect.
There's no respect now.
Yeah, the respect is gone.
The respect is gone. But it's like, now, where are you operating? What space are you operating in right now? What space are you operating? But I'm not operating in that space.
Yeah.
So that's why I stayed. And I'm just like, retrospectively, I shouldn't have. And I should have locked off earlier.
Just to kind of put another spanner in the works.
Interesting.
Had she had apologized and she came...
She didn't even need to apologise.
I'm just saying,
I think addressing the behaviour would have been enough.
If she apologised, maybe she didn't need to, but if she did apologise, would that have been okay? Do you think you would have continued that friendship?
I would have. I would have had to hear her out. 100%.
Okay, you would have heard her out.
Yeah.